Hi guys, welcome to TLC Tarot. Thanks for joining me. Please remember my readings are timeless. So if this video doesn't resonate with you, there may be one on the channel. Oh, sorry, some cards flipped out that does. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Cups. Can you see that? Sorry, I'm got natural light here, so I hope you can see this. The Tower in the reverse. And the Six of Swords. Okay, we'll see where we go with this. Someone really regrets a breakup or an ending of a friendship or a relationship, and they want you back. They really miss you. They want to make things right. I don't think they realized how much they were going to miss you, so maybe once like the anger settled, maybe once time went past, excuse me, and yeah, time's a healer. So what, like, there's been enough time now that this person genuinely misses you. They miss things about you. They miss like your jokes, your laughs, your looks. They miss your company, something like that. So I don't know if this is romantic or this is like in a friendship, or I don't know. There's been some kind of argument, and they want to heal it now. You have the Magician in the reverse. I don't think you have any interest in healing this. I don't think you're in that place anymore. I don't think this person is on the same level as you anymore. So maybe the separation is what you needed. You needed to find out who you were without them. So even if this was just like a little friendship, you know, like a friend at work, you know, someone that you don't socialize with, but you always hang out with at work. Or it could be an even heavier, more intense relationship. But I just don't feel that, I just feel like you've changed. You don't, whatever it was, like, you know, if you have a friend at work, the thing that brought you together was the job, or hating the manager, or being pissed off with Susan, you know, something like that. Sorry, Susan. I just don't think you're in a place where it really resonates with, oh my God, you got the Magician in the reverse again. I have two decks in one here. This is a no. This is a no. So it could have been a lot more intense for you than it was for this person, which may be why they have a lot of this regret. Is why they're really feeling quite emotional about this, very sentimental about this. They really do want you to move past what happened. They want to forget about it and just start afresh or something like that. But it's a hard no. It's a hard no. You got the Magician twice. Jesus Christ. I don't think you trust this person. So whatever they did was really shady. It was really shady. So not only do you not want to manifest anything with them again, you also don't, it's the trust. The trust has gone. 100% gone. There is just no forgiving this person for what they did. King of Cups, and that's not because you're a bad person, it's not because you're a bitter person, it's not because you're a resentful person, anything like that. In fact, you are very emotionally intelligent, you're very connected to your emotions, you know what, you know you can't get past this. And it's not because you're cold, it's not because you're hard, it's not because you're a narcissist or you're the toxic one. That's not it at all. You have a lot of love to give to people, and I do feel that you spread yourself very thin for other people. I think you wish this person well. I think you hope they heal from any deceit or manipulation that they have a tendency, because they showed you this. That was it. You saw this in them for whatever they did or whatever happened. And I think you just really do want the best for this person, that you hope they have a nice life, but it's just not for you anymore. They really made a mistake here. They made a big mistake. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. They took from you. They took and they took and they took and they took and they took. And if this wasn't money, if this wasn't time, it was energy. It was, they took you very much for granted. What am I trying to say? Okay, I'll get some more cards and see what we say here. What's that? Yeah, they never thought you'd leave. They never thought you'd leave. They thought they'd always be able to manipulate you back or get you back, or that, what am I trying to say? They didn't want you to leave. They do want you back. They are in deep regret for what they did. There is no doubt about it. But maybe this is their karma. Maybe they need to sit with those kind of feelings if this is what they do, if they have these tendencies, if this is how they treat people, if this is, you know, the opinion they have of themselves, that they can get away with treating people this way or doing something like that. So I don't know if this is a one-off, or there was little things that showed you this person had this tendency or this capability. I don't think it was your style. And it wasn't until they actually did something to you did you decide to say, that's it. I knew you did this to other people. Yeah, 5 of Swords in the reverse. You are not to be played with anymore. You're not to be manipulated. You're not to be breadcrumbed. You are not to be deceived. If something doesn't seem authentic or someone doesn't present themselves authentic, you have no interest in even noticing them in the room. This is stone cold to a degree for the other person, but the fact is that they did hurt you. They did hurt you. Yeah. I had the same, I don't know if this is going to help anyone. I had the same issue. A friend of mine was going through a breakup, and it was a very ugly breakup. You know, they were using the kids in this game and stuff like that, and she was very much the victim in the story. Like, the dad wouldn't let her see the kids. The dad was getting into the kids' head, stuff like that. It wasn't until I saw that she started to act the same, very tit for tat. She refused to give the youngest over to him on his day, and she didn't care the fact that he would call the police, that he would call the social worker. It got really ugly, and she thought it was hilarious, and it broke my heart because I couldn't really forgive her for that, because it wasn't about the children at that point. She never thought, I'm fucking my kid's head up, I'm hurting my children. It just didn't sit right with me, and I had to cut it off. I had to, no explanation, no nothing. I just had to say, this leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I can't be around you. I can't be around you. Okay, and she doesn't understand it, and I know she would like an explanation. I know she would like to have the friendship back, but I can't even bring myself to say out loud that you don't treat children that way. I can't stand by and watch someone do this to their child, or because you're just trying to get back at him. You know, it's tricky. It's a tricky one. I don't even understand it really myself right now. I just knew that when she did that, it just really made me feel sick. Okay, so let's look at this Knight of Cups. So maybe it's something similar like that. So it could be a friend, it could be a family member. Whatever it was, this person did something dirty and they lost you. I don't think they thought they were going to lose you. Justice in the reverse, yeah, they did something really dirty. They did something really dirty to you. And I think they thought, well, I don't think they actually thought about you at all in this situation. It was very much about what they needed. It was so that they could move forward, so that they could focus on their own needs, what they needed to do, what they wanted. There is something about they were trying to control you. They were kind of control you to act a certain way, to behave a certain way by doing this. And I think they honestly were quite cocky in the sense they thought, oh, well, she's pissed off now, or he's pissed off now. But in time, you have the Four of Swords. In time, she'll get over it. It's very much the vibe I get from this person with the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. It's just like, well, they'll get over it. They'll be back. I'm not worried. Tower in the reverse, this blew up in their face. And they don't want it to continue. They are really feeling the effects of losing you, of what they've done. And I think a lot of it is, the reason they want you back, or to pretend that this never happened, is because they're avoiding recognizing what they did. Because if they were to see themselves in the mirror, that whatever this was, this argument, this tactic, whatever, they would see how gross they are, how ugly they are. So if you take them back, they'll be able to look past, they'll be able to move on from it. But by ignoring them, by not having anything to do with them, you're making them sit. Well, they're facing the consequences, let's put it that way. You've got the Ace of Cups, the Hanged Man. Tower reverse, please. Yeah, they took your love for granted with the Ace of Cups here. They really took it for granted. And again, it comes down to that overflowing cup. Was that the other video or was that this video? You have so much to give and you're spreading yourself too thin that people think they can take enough. There's enough for me, but they don't realize it's not just them asking. It's a lot of people asking. And this is because you are very kind, you're very loving, you're very nurturing. I think you try and look at things from everyone's point of view, every angle. I think this has a lot to do with being empathic. It has a lot to do with being emotionally intelligent. Maybe you're very intuitive. And you're also able to do it by giving wisdom as well. Like, you were good for this person. Like, you made them think of things emotionally, but you also made them think you got them out of pettiness and got them more of in their own mind. What's the best thing to do in the long run? Stuff like that. Yeah, you have a really, really big heart, and what am I trying to say? This person recognized that and they wanted it all for themselves. So they could have tried to get you away from other friends, other situations. They could have tried to, that controlling side, that trying to tame you, trying to whip you into shape just for them. And whatever they did really changed your perspectives on this person. I think you did feel trapped by this person, because I'm actually getting the Devil card with this, which is about, toxic attachments, mental health. It can be addictions. It can be your darkness. And I think this really damaged you, because I do see you as a very sweet, light-hearted person, and this just made you very dark. Made you feel very trapped. And that's when you had to show this fucker who you are. Okay, so this person probably brought out a side in you that you don't like, an energy that you don't like to tap into, but it was necessary, because this person was definitely taking advantage. They were trying to feed off your plate and leave you to starve, with no regrets at the time. They did not care. It was all about what they needed, what they wanted. Six of Swords. Hang on, I want to get a bit more on the Queen of Wands in the reverse, please. I don't think you're very happy with how things ended or how you had to come across. Ace of Pentacles. And the Hanged in the reverse. Yeah, you... The thing is, this person underestimated you, because you do know your worth. You do know what you bring to the table. Okay? This person never wanted you to see that. And I think it's because it's not that you don't know this about yourself, it's just that you're very humble. You don't go around showing people what you're made of, or that you're this intelligent, or you're that financially secure, or something like that. You don't need to. That's just not who you are. You don't need that kind of recognition, or you don't need that kind of fake respect or something like that. So yeah, you had to get yourself out of this, and that's because you know who you are, and you know that whatever this person was trying to do to you, you're better than that. You're better than that. That's not something you want in your life. So I feel like I'm talking to someone who really has matured. You're now recognizing your boundaries. You're paying attention to red flags. You're not naive anymore. You're a grown ass person. Six of Swords, please. Six of Swords, please. I've got a massive headache. I think it's going to rain. My friend always laughs when I say that, because you know on Mean Girls, the girl has to, the ditzy one has to touch her boobs and go, yeah, it's gonna rain. Mine is a headache. I always get a headache when the pressure in the air changes. So Six of Swords in the reverse with the Wheel of Fortune. So something has changed for this person. So whatever they did to you that caused this breakup, or this just this breakup or this ending of a friendship or something, they're in a better place now. So that's why it's kind of like, well, me and you can be okay now because I'm happy. They're very selfish. They're very selfish. They are. Plus, there is a little bit of karma here. I think this needed to happen so they can sit with what they've done. I think before they've always got away with it, or something kind of like that. Oh, excuse me. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was uncomfortable. Nine of Swords in the reverse. They want to let go of the anxiety of what they've done. So if it is somebody you see at work, they get very anxious when they see that you're going to be on the same schedule as them, when they're going to have to run into you. It's causing them so much stress, which is another reason why they want this to be over. Okay, they don't like the feeling of you've rejected them, or you've cut them off, or you've ghosted them, or something like that. But they also can't stand the fact that they have to be around you. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, excuse me, guys. Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah. I think when you were involved with them, whether you know it or not, you were getting them out of a bad place. You were making them a better person, right? You weren't rejecting them, you weren't abandoning them, you weren't judging them, and everyone else did. And I think that's because everyone else knows this person can do this, right? Something like that. So they really miss, you used to make them feel good about themselves, okay? I don't think they actually recognised it was you who was doing it until they lost you, okay? I hope that makes sense. Anything else to say about this Six of Swords? Because this is probably going to be a long one, guys. I'm sorry. Nope, nothing else to say about that. Magician in the reverse, please. So this is you not willing to manifest, not willing to move on. Oh my God. You try to ignore your intuition about this. You try to ignore the signs, but you have the High Priestess here. This person made it impossible. You tried to... You really tried. You really tried. And there were so many signs. There were so many red flags. And you just wanted to push through with this. You really wanted to be there. So I do think this is a lot more serious than just, you know, somebody ate your sandwich at lunch. Yeah, I just feel like you just ignored your spirit guides, you ignored your intuition, you tried to overlook it because you're a good person, you wanted to help this person. Yeah, you did want to help this person with the Knight of Cups. You really wanted to be there for this person, to support this person, and bring some balance for yourself, balance to this other person, because maybe they're very bitter, maybe they're very jealous, maybe they're very petty, things like that. And I think you just wanted to let them know, like, I think you recognized all that came out of fear. That sort of behavior came out of fear. And I think you want to let them know, like, not everyone's going to judge you. Not everyone's going to give up on you. So once that person feels secure with you, hopefully they will treat other people better, like pay it forward kind of thing, you know. And they did not. They just took and 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 took. I was hearing tuk tuk from Raya, from Disney's Raya, so I was trying to figure out what that meant. Ten of Cups in the reverse with the Star in the reverse. You had your own shit to deal with, so you didn't really have time for this person's bullshit, and yet you made time. Yeah, and that's just because of who you are as a person. That I think you treat people how you want it to be treated, something like that. Sorry, that music's driving me crazy. I was trying to put like summer songs on so I could say high vibe, because I didn't know if this was going to be intense or not. Now it's just driving me crazy. Yeah, you had a lot to deal with, a lot of things of your own. And I think that's why possibly when this person fucked you over, it was like, it was the last straw on the camel's back, the last sword in my back. Um, that's how you saw how selfish this person was, because on top of everything else you were dealing with and making time for them, they totally took for granted what you were trying to survive. Okay? Excuse me, I'm just getting over a cold. I sound gross. Okay, the Magician in the reverse again. Six of Swords in the reverse. Three of Cups in the reverse. They have done this multiple times in friendships. They have done this to multiple people. Something like this. Like taking advantage, absorbing, trying to absorb anything good and use, like, have that for themselves. They have worn people to the absolute ground. So if you feel guilty because you had nothing left to give this person and you had to leave, don't feel too bad, because everyone's like this with this person. So I'm not saying they're a narcissist or anything like that. I just feel it's like, it's their love language. Like, everyone leaves me, so I'll just take what I can out of it before you run away, before you leave me. Something like that. Selfish is what it is. The Hierophant in the reverse. Yeah, it's not right. It's a fucked up way of thinking. It's not the correct way to act. But it has a lot more to do with their healing. So I think a lot of people walk out on them. A lot of people leave them. So they literally are, well, I'll just try and get everything I can before it ends. Which is probably why it becomes very reckless. Why it becomes very reckless. Why it becomes very like the pace of things turn. So if everything's going really well and then all of a sudden they get batshit crazy on you or something like that, it's because I think you managed to stay longer than most people. So now it's just like, well, it's lasted 3 months. It's lasted 3 years. Whatever friendship or relationship, whatever this is. So it's got to be ending soon. You know, it's got to be ending soon. My time's running out. Something about, like, you know, like a sand timer. You have the Empress card here with the Tower card. With the Emperor card. What? Why are you guys here? Please tell me why you guys are here. Why is the Empress the Tower in there? Oh, God. So, Seven of Wands underneath the deck. Queen of Pentacles in the deck. Nine of Pentacles. In reverse with the Eight of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, this has a lot to do with it. If it's not mummy and daddy issues for this friend that fucked you over, or this person that's, you know, regretting losing you, it has a lot more to do with, there was a relationship that they had that they thought was set for life, so either mum and dad or, you know, a marriage or something like that. And when it ended, this person lost a lot, but not Five of Pentacles, just Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So I think they lost respect. I think they lost a nice house, a nice car, and they may have had to just be like everyone else. So this person really has quite a high opinion of themselves. So they probably do look at people like they're beneath them. Whereas, so that's probably why they use people, because it's like, ugh, you know, you don't mean anything anyway. You're not important enough. And I think the fact was, when they met you, because you're a humble person, they may have thought you were the same, but you're actually, because you're humble, because you don't need a clique of friends to feel supported, to feel loved or something like that, you're a lot more secure within yourself. That's what it is. So you're more secure in yourself, and this person isn't. So that's where you kind of like up to them in like royalty almost. It's just like, I don't need to put up with this. I don't have to put up with this. I have a choice. And they have never been shown that, I don't believe. King of Cups here. 10 of Cups. The Sun. Anything else to tell me about that? The Three of Wands in the reverse. Why is the Three of Wands in the reverse here, please? Five of Wands. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, so for some of you, the reason this friend or whatever was treating you like shit was because they were having a lot of arguments at home or arguments with their partner. And I'm getting like spoiled brat syndrome here. So they just took it out on you, thinking that because you're the Ace of Cups here, you will accept me no matter what. You will, you know, you'll love me despite my flaws or something like that. They were projecting a lot of their issues out on you because they weren't getting what they want from their partner. Okay. And I really feel like you recognize this, and that's why you weren't going to tolerate it. If it's not that, is there anything else to say? Okay. Did I see the Nine of Cups in the reverse? No. Okay, if it's not that, the reason why they started getting shitty with you and controlling or bitchy or something like that is because you're secure within yourself. I kind of feel like this person tried to like play some games with you as well. Oh, okay, yeah. It has something to do with you're very popular. Very popular. People like you. You're very secure. You don't need to be under someone's thumb or waiting around. You know, it's like people, if you only have one friend, you have no social life because that friend's gone to work on Friday night or something like that. But you're just not there. You're more secure than that. I think you're quite happy to do stuff on your own. Yeah, I think you've always been this way. So you could have been like social butterfly. You could have been very independent, and maybe you enjoy the moment or something like that. But I also, what did I see behind the deck? Yeah, the Fool and the Three of Cups. So without this person, when this friendship broke down, excuse me, or this relationship broke down, you didn't stay at home and mope. You actually got more friends. You started to socialize a lot more. You started to get out of the house. You know, you started to just enjoy yourself rather than being punished for it. And I think that was the thing. This person just thought, oh, you'll always come back because you've got no one else. Or you're going to be so sad, it'll be you that apologizes for what I did. Something like, but you didn't do that. You just went off and got more mates. You just went off and got more dates. You went off and enjoyed yourself. Something like that. And this is what's made this person miss you. So what they wanted for you to happen to you, to miss them, to need them, because they did isolate you for some groups, or because you were attached to them and no one else likes them, you were already pushed out by others because it's like, oh no. But without this person, you're actually more appealing to others. Because it's kind of like, oh, I've always wanted to talk to you, but I always see you and so-and-so. And, you know, you're always like looking like you're having a private conversation, so I didn't know when to approach you or something like that. Three of Pentacles in the reverse, please. Five of Cups in the reverse. Oh, sorry, not in the reverse, upright. Ace of Wands. Oh, God. They know what they did. They know they fucked themselves over. They know that they didn't come out okay on this. So what they wanted for you was to sit at home, miss them, regret it, come crawling back, is now they know that they're sitting with those feelings. Because you have the Five of Cups in the reverse, right? No fucks given. and the Hierophant, you're just doing you. You're doing what's right for you. You're following your integrity. You're sticking to your principles. You're not getting drawn into the games. So one of the things that happened to me, for example, here is I lived next door. This was a long time ago. I lived next door to a woman who had a personality disorder. Okay, and she made life very, very difficult for me. Just very difficult because she was crazy. She was really, really crazy. So I had to cut it off. I had to protect myself and my family, and I could not engage. You know, I had to make sure I told people where I was going, because she would follow me. She would follow me in my car. She tried to find out which school my child went to. Just fucked up shit, really fucked up shit. So then what she would do is try and find ways to engage with me. And she would send parcels. So she'd order something off Amazon, but she'd put my address. And she would do that so that I would have to knock on her door, so that I would have to talk to her. And she would see that as her opportunity to get me back, or to, even negative attention is attention, okay? So there's something like this, like whatever this person tried to, I'm not saying she or he has personality disorders, but this person has been trying to find an opportunity to get you back, a reason to speak to you, hoping that by doing that over time, you'll get more comfortable talking to her. It will just sort itself out. We'll go back to how we were, something like that. And I really feel with the, and this is because they have a lot of regret with the Five of Cups here, but you've got the Five of Cups in the reverse. So you have no regrets. You do not regret breaking this off. You are not going to be manipulated or made to feel bad for this, because what they did was wrong. What they did was wrong. Okay? Eight of Cups in the reverse, please. You have the Death card. Big transformation. Really big changes in the Lovers reverse. So whatever tactics they're using, so if they're doing something like what my neighbor did, like sending things to your door, or trying to get on shift with you, you know, work the same hours with you, so that you have to bump into each other, if they're parking next to your car so that you guys have to speak to each other in the mornings, something like that, it doesn't matter. It really does not matter, because you are staying true to your own teachings, to your own beliefs. So you are really sticking to your boundaries with this. So, I mean, maybe you're just being civilized and saying good morning, excuse me, thank you, but you are not. And that's what this person can't stand. It's like, by now she should have broken down, or he should have broken down. By now it should have, you know, it should have got better. This person is very, very manipulative. Okay, I also think this person doesn't have a great control over their emotions. So they could sometimes be extremely emotional, crying, like really feeling sorry for themselves, really feeling the victim. And then when they're not crying, they're scheming. They're scheming for something, or they're trying to find a way. They're trying to do something. It's really, ugh. I feel like there's like a fly around me, like, ugh, you know. Anything else to say about the end? But it's because they don't want you to walk away completely. And it's because they feel guilty, and they don't want to feel guilty. They don't want to live with this. There's a lot of fucked up shit about this person, right? Stuff you don't even know. So maybe they do have a personality disorder. Page of Pentacles. I think you are going to discover something quite soon. You're going to learn something quite soon. And this will help you, because if this has been bothering you and draining your energy, whether you're sticking to your boundaries or not, it's still a negative energy around you. Yeah, so once you learn something... I feel sorry for this bitch, because the King of Swords is not nice. It's not nice at all. But you are just about your own peace, your own harmony with the Four of Wands here. You're staying very, very strong. So whatever you discover about this person, if this person is wearing you down and that's what you're worried about, don't worry about it, babes, because the universe is going to give you something to make you stand well within your power, so this person will finally get it. Right, anything else? Yep, don't worry, move on. Move on. La 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 la. You know? It's something like that. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Five of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, you are going to find out something very manipulative about this person, and with the World card, it is going to end this for good. End this for good. And you have to remember, this isn't just something. The Page of Pentacles, like the learning of something, doesn't necessarily have anything to do with what broke up the connection in the first place. This will be something else they do, because this is their behavior. This is their pattern, right? I don't know if I want to take those. I don't know if I want to take those. I don't know if they were an accident or not. Anything else to say about this Five of Swords in the reverse, please? Yeah, you're just going to see this person. You're going to see through all of it. The mask is going to fall. There's no more facades. There's no more... what am I trying to say? Like, you know when at the circus and they have the big red velvet curtains and they've got the lights and the costumes. Behind the scenes, there's someone who's like, has anyone got any more tights? I've got a ladder. Okay. I can't find my balls and I'm a clown. I'm supposed to be juggling right now. You know, you don't see the chaos behind it. And I think whatever this person's going to do or whatever's going to happen, you're going to start to see behind the scenes. Because this person may be putting on a front right now in front of you, which she or he is deliberately keeping you stuck. Deliberately keeping you stuck. Because they are persistent. They are persistent. They are not letting this go. Knight of Swords in the reverse. This person is getting pissed off that you're not falling for this shit. That it's not working on you. And they're pissed off because they don't want to sit with the feelings of guilt. You know, they may recognise that they are the ones that do this, that they have a toxic trait like this, but I think they're refusing to take any responsibility for that. I think they just like to blame other people. And by now, you should have come back to them. Because they've done enough, they've given you enough space. But they could have used that time to work on this behaviour, this love language of theirs, to actually do some healing work, to do the inner child work, to actually fucking fix this shit, right? About themselves. But no, they've been so focused on being like, I have a plan, I'll get them back after 3 months giving them space. I'll, you know, send packages to her door so that she has to talk. It's a waste of energy, people. If someone walks away from you, accept it. Accept it. Yeah, it may hurt, but you know what? You're gonna cope. You will cope. It hurts like a bitch, but you just accept it. If that person doesn't want you, well, guess what? There's nothing wrong with you. You're just not for each other. Like, it's fizzled out. It's over. It was lovely while it happened, but it's ended. Five of Swords in the reverse. Let's have a look. Okay. You have nothing to worry about, my love. You have nothing to worry about. Honestly, your boundaries are correct. Don't let this person gaslight you. Don't let this person send you into some kind of spiral of, am I being too harsh? Have I misread the situation? Don't let yourself get anxious because you know they're doing these tactics, right? At the end of the day, you are the emperor, okay? You are the emperor. You have got shit going on for you that you are just taking care of business. You are rocking it. You are really the top of your game, okay? So don't let people like this take you off your throne. Do not, please. Do not. There's too many distractions I'm hearing. Too many distractions to stop you doing what you're doing. It really comes down to these people just can't handle with the rejection and loneliness. They can't stand themselves, okay? And that's fucked up, isn't it? If you don't like yourself, then who else is going to like you? So learn to like yourself. Because maybe then you'll attract the people that are right for you. Yeah, you have so many good things coming in, and it's got nothing to do with you being too harsh, too cold, too mean. That is not the case. You are very nurturing. You are very, very giving. But if someone takes your kindness as a weakness, then don't feel bad. Don't feel bad about cutting that person off. Things are happening for you. They're not happening for other people. You know, if you're healing and you're manifesting, things are going to be taken off soon. Maybe slowly, maybe in a big way. But the problem is they're too busy sitting there going, oh, wonder what they're doing tonight. Oh, oh. I wonder if they're thinking about me. Meh, meh. Something like that. You might have to have a conversation with this person and just let them know for good. Nah. No. And I know that's not nice because you're a kind person, so you don't want to hurt this person's feelings. But you have something amazing coming your way. You really do. Something amazing. I'm not going to go any further into that. But this, in a year's time, 2 years' time, this, you won't even remember. The person that's doing this will remember you for the rest of their life. But my love, things are taken off for you. Don't feel bad. I love you. Bye-bye.